Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another So I've Been Reading. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest. I'm joined today by everyone. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
That was not a funny joke, Cade. That was not a funny joke at all. This is the first Rat's Nest episode where all four of us are here. So it's like Goobers and Screens, but less. And then second of all, we're in our Discord call. We all have our cameras on, so we can all stare at each other. So I can go like,
for reference, he just paused.
and none of you guys.
Thanks for doing a visual bit on this audio-only show, Brandon.
You love to see it. You really do. We're talking about.
Would certainly like to.
Do not. That's not funny, Kay. That's not a funny reference. Anyway, today we're talking about Dragon Ball Z again, obviously. We're going through Namek now. The Namek saga, I think, is that what it's called, Kyle?
Yeah, Namek saga.
And so we're doing just Namek. We're doing up to the Ginyu Force, I think. Yeah, Ginyu Squad, I think, shows up here at the end. And so so overall, I really liked it. I thought it was more solid than Saiyan, right? It was good. It was solid. There were parts of it that I didn't like. I think Vegeta hard carried a lot of the arc that wasn't Goku versus Frieza. But
That's
Goku
fair.
versus Frieza is my favorite fight, and that'll be next episode, technically. But this entire arc was good. I think, and we'll get more into it, I think a lot of the early stuff is more like, I don't know, and I know it's not filler, but it kind of felt like more filler. I just didn't really care about it as much. At least with Saiyan Invasion, like, I enjoyed all of it more than I enjoyed, like, all of Namek, kind of?
Yeah, that's fair. Like, Namek, at least how I can interpret what you're trying to say, Namek had, up until the Ginyu Force appeared, higher highs and lower lows. Maybe not even higher highs, but it definitely had, it was less consistent is what you're trying to say. And also, one thing I want to bring up, for all four of us, we all have varying levels of experience. I know the most about Dragon Ball. Brandon's reading through it. Cade knows what he knows from the abridged, and Trevor knows virtually nothing.
I've actually seen all of it.
What's your favorite character? Who's your favorite character?
Mr. Freezer, obviously.
That's so cool. I love him so much. What color is he, by the way?
Blue.
That's so true. No,
You're
you're thinking of
Blue
Kakyoin.
is almost purple.
You're thinking of Kakyoin, the blue cat. I love Kakyoin, the blue cat. Okay, your prize is a free voucher for one free smooch. You have to say something. Trevor. You have to say something to
I
that.
do. What do I have to say?
you have to. Okay, we're getting right into it now. We're getting right into it. No, Trevor, the bit's over. The bit's over, Trevor. We're getting right into it.
All
We
right.
have I got my notes here. We're just gonna read down. So we have Krillin and Gohan. So we came in and Krillin, Gohan, and Bulma are flying to Namek in Kami's old spaceship. And Krillin and Gohan are training. Bulma is being a woman. Kind of cringe if you ask me.
She sure is.
They're doing mental training. It's image training where they're somehow projecting themselves in like a mind realm and fighting in their head.
I will say this is kind of ties into one thing where I'm going into Dragon Ball Z like, oh, I just want to see funny Goku punch man real good, and he do punching man real good. I will say these scenes of like training like this, it's like, I mean, I guess it shows that they're like working off screen, but also like it also doesn't mean anything, because they just go in and get wiped anyways.
It's a way of trying to inflate their numbers to be like, okay, they're ready for this arc, and then just pull back like, oh, they're definitely not ready for this arc.
Yeah, it was interesting like that. So we get to see that Vegeta returns to planet Frieza. I think that's the name of the planet, right? Planet Frieza.
Think so.
Yeah, he is apparently a servant of Frieza. He and the other Saiyans went behind Frieza's back to go to Earth, and Frieza is going to Namek to get the Namekian Dragon Balls.
Yeah, and wish for immortality. That's pretty typical of the Dragon Ball plot so far.
I think I kind of knew elements of this.
It's a funny way to say cliche.
It happens.
I said so far. Changes later.
Yeah,
I think one of the things to mention about the fact that they are doing these training things, Brandon, is that it's kind of like professional wrestling in the sense that in order for them to like set up a villain as like super strong, you have to set up the amount of work someone's done and then squash that to show just how strong a villain is. So he has to either, one, kill a villain with another villain that shows just how strong they are, kind of like when Nappa gets just instantly killed by Vegeta, or you gotta have him train for like 3 months only to get clobbered in like 2 hits.
Yeah, I know. It's still lame.
But isn't this the series that has like the power numbers in it? So like literally has a numerical system of gauging power.
They have
power
levels.
To feature entire point, Cade.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Levels is not a good system, and we talked about this in the last episode. It was just Brandon and I, where it's just a way of having expectations subverted, where a villain will use their scouter to look at someone and say, oh, your power level is this, you're easy to beat. When they boost in strength, they're like, oh wow, there's no way this person's so much stronger than I had initially expected. That's crazy, viewers. Look, he's super strong. It's a very simple way of making characters look more powerful than what they're actually portrayed as. And
it's
so
Brandon, it's kind of like whose line is it anywhere, where it's like whatever, like the jokes aren't real and the points don't matter, whatever it is.
I like that reference.
The points don't matter.
Who came up with that, if I could ask?
The reference to that? Me right now. I have an original thought every once in a while.
I don't believe you.
That's so
there's
true.
one thing I wanted to bring up. Brandon, you're far enough in where I want to bring up this point. There was a video I watched that made an interesting point where someone said that in terms of feats, the greatest feat a character had done before things got stale was when Roshi blew up the moon. Like, in terms of feat, the feats are the same as how it was described. Do you agree, disagree? Like, has anything come close to feeling as impactful as blowing up the moon in the original Dragon Ball?
I mean, it's just ridiculous to me that Roshi, who, according to the power scaling of the beginning of Z,
200.
had that like 200. Dude blew up the moon, right? Dude blew up the moon, and Freezer, whenever he tried, couldn't fully destroy a planet. That's kind of whack. Because Roshi was just like, oh, I think I'm going to destroy the moon, and then he destroyed the moon. You know, and that's kind of
right,
base.
Brandon.
That's kind of base.
His name is Freezer.
Yeah, that's his name. And so, yeah, no, I agree. Didn't Piccolo also destroy the moon, though?
Yeah, he did.
That just shows how much of a Chad Piccolo is, honestly.
Hang on, how do you make blowing up the moon an invalid kind of like throwaway feat? That's impressive.
It's the original Dragon Ball. In the first chapter, we literally get to see Bulma piss herself.
That's right, Brandon.
Okay.
She does piss herself.
Did you know that, Kate?
Did know that.
You know,
They don't talk about it in the abridged, but it certainly gets mentioned.
To that point aside, I'm trying to remember what happens next. So Goku.
Yeah, so we get to see.
Goku,
So after this, Vegeta's going after him, and then the crew, the three of them arrive on Namek, right?
Yeah.
And they're chilling, they're vibing. They're like, we got to go get the Dragon Balls to bring everyone back to life, because of course they are. Vegeta arrives shortly after them, so their plans are already a bit upended, right? It's not looking too great for him, because here's Vegeta, the dude who almost clowned on the Goku. I love Goku so much. And here's Krillin, who's like, I don't know, like, I mean, I know he scores a nice, yeah, later in the series, but right now he's just kind of a weird bald kid with no nose.
Here's what they're contesting with. They land on Namek to a bunch of Frieza's goons rolling around. The Dragon Balls are all gathered most of them are gathered in one place, meaning that Frieza is like already doing well. You get Frieza's like power level scaling, and
580,000.
We'll keep that in mind. We will touch on that later. Shit's hitting the fan right when they land on Namek, and I think it is a good introduction to Namek, where they land and things are just already in chaos for them, where Frieza's already over halfway done achieving his goal.
Yeah, I think it did well to set up Freezer as a good villain. He looked a bit odd whenever I first saw him because he wasn't bald yet. But I think his design, it existed at the first place, and then it got a tiny bit better maybe, and then it turned into a xenomorph, and then he turned into Freezer, as I know him. But he did look odd at the beginning. You get to see Krillin and Gohan. What were you gonna say?
I said it's a normal enough looking form. It's good for having him as an introduction.
It works, but he's like a manlet, so it's like not as intimidating.
Yeah, he's very short.
He is very
honestly,
short.
I'd say in some ways it is more intimidating. Just this small, stocky man, just tons of power.
That's so true. If an enraged manlet came up to me and tried to beat me up, I'd probably be a little bit scared.
Didn't Akira Toriyama describe that Frieza was based, like his final form was based off of
the Japanese businessman?
Yeah. Thanks, Kyle. I was gonna say that. He's based off of a loan shark, like specifically like the brutal cutthroat nature of like a not a Yakuza, but like a loan shark member, like someone that's like, they're in the game to like suck you dry of all the money you've got, kind of thing.
Oh, and that's why
he's got that, like he's got that smile that does the slight curve where it's just like this like smug look all the time.
Yeah. No, I like him.
And I think he literally is based off a xenomorph, like 100%.
Yeah, no, 1 billion% he is.
So do we want to start talking about what you didn't like, Frieza's goons? Because we get into that like after they land. After Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma land, and we get their introductions, we see Vegeta lands with Kui following him.
Yeah, or Kiwi. I wrote down in my notes it was Kiwi. Here we get to see Krillin and Gohan can hide their power levels. They cream Frieza's goons, but their spaceship is destroyed. Vegeta can hide his power level now too. Vegeta, I liked everything Vegeta was in Namek and with Frieza. I thought it was all very good. I think he was definitely the standout star. I liked seeing his development. I like seeing him take what he learned from Earth and kind of grow upon it to be like, well, hey, if Goku and them can do this, I can too. And kind of his thing. And then him being like, I'm gonna be the legendary Super Saiyan. It was a cool little thing to see,
And also power levels aside, because power levels are pretty stupid. One thing I do like in this arc is it doesn't really happen that much later in other arcs to an extent, where you have a lot of weaker characters that are moving around. It's like pieces on a game board where you're trying to avoid the strongest piece on the board. And the one thing that helps is that they can detect power levels with their scouters, but since the heroes can suppress them, it adds a little bit of interesting edge to the game, where it's like they're really powerful and they could just blow up whatever they want, but they can't find where the good guys are.
Yeah, no, I liked that element of it, where like, and Vegeta kind of being a pseudo antagonist of the arc, him being the only one of the antagonists that could sense chi and could tell that. I enjoyed that, how that was like only a skill the protagonist had, and how it was kind of that game of cat and mouse. And the funny wait until Goku shows up. But yeah, I did enjoy it.
He was an underdog in a lot of, not underdog, but he was presented as an underdog somewhat at first comparatively to Frieza. No, Kate, not dog.
Dude, I love how they can't see that I'm pogging, but they know that I'm pogging.
Yeah, and that's what I like with Vegeta, where he's better off in his position than Gohan and Krillin, but not by much in the grand scheme.
Yeah. So we get to see Goku is healed by a Senzu Bean. Of course he is. I think he gets 7 of them, and he goes to Namek in his old spaceship that they found. Somehow it was never found before. Not only was it in working condition, but Bulma's dad was able to make it better than Kami's old spaceship. And it was going to get to Namek in 6 days, and he trains with gravity.
Which, hang on. Can we do like the math real quick on this? How long did it take for Gohan and Krillin's crew to arrive?
Like 30 days or so. It was about a month, yeah.
Okay. A month. So he made the ship about 5 times faster, because 6 days to 30 days.
Uh-huh.
That's some good work on that guy's part.
It's pretty impressive.
That's not a criticism. I mean, that's just like that's genuinely impressive.
He's kind of based.
Well, if you think about it, he's not. Well, if you think about it, technically he's not starting from scratch. He's got the alien technology there. It's just at this point he's just honing it using Earth tech.
That's
also,
fair.
This is Brandon. What I said last episode is relevant. Gravity training.
Yep.
What do you think of that?
It works, I guess. Makes you stronger.
Yeah, because
helps funny Goku man punch real good.
So
I'm all for it.
I'll explain this so Trevor understands it too. When Goku gets on the ship and is flying, the doctor adds in this system where he lets Goku increase the gravity within his ship to train and get used to higher gravities. So when he lands on Namek, he's able to move much faster because Namek has higher gravity.
Oh, that was intentional? Like, the whole using gravity like that was like...
Yeah, no, it happened in King Kai's introduction where Goku lands, he's way down, and he has to get acclimated to the gravity, and it lets him move faster in higher gravity conditions if his body's used to higher pressures of gravity, which I think that's cool. I think that's a good way of explaining it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize that was literally he put the gravity generator in there specifically for that. I thought it was designed like that so like different gravity, aliens could like get used to like flying on the ship, and Goku was just exploiting that so he could get some like quick training out of it. Like I didn't realize that was as intention.
That was purposely for his training.
Uh-huh.
The Bridge did not take it that way. He's no, this is not for that purpose.
Yeah, you keep in mind, a bridge is not entirely reflective. And that's like comparing SAO bridge to SAO.
Muffin button.
That's so true. Here we get to see Krillin and Gohan going around, sneaking around. They meet Namekians. Frieza's threatening the Namekians.
Oh yeah, the first village.
The Namekian Dragon Balls are made by the Great Elder. He was a pretty cool character. I liked him. So we get to learn all this, and we get to also see that the Namekians can hide their power level as well. So there, I don't know how, Goku figuring it out, okay. Namekians figuring out, okay. How did Freezer not know? I don't know. Maybe he's just...
Question. Would someone in Frieza's position ever have the need to know how to suppress their power level?
About to just say that, wouldn't it be more advantageous of him to not learn how to hide his power?
Well, I don't think he would need to learn, but it would be advantageous for him to be able to sense them without. If he knew there were people that could hide from him, like that. Yeah,
he doesn't know that.
But why doesn't he know that? Like, why has that technique not made its way to him?
Because he's blown up every planet. He couldn't find the people on it.
I think of it like this, in the sense that Goku and his friends have learned it because Piccolo's a Namekian, and the Namekians are very in tune with their own ki. So, like, it's kind of like they're passing secret knowledge, kind of like a late game ability you'll see after, the Frieza arc, which I think you've read it already, but like, it's kind of akin to that, where it's like it's an ability that's exclusive to one part of the universe. So, like, at this point, it's like not a real thing that people just figure out on their own.
So Brandon, in the original, did they learn this power before King Piccolo's introduction? Like, did they know how to do that?
It was never touched on.
So it just happens in Z.
It was never a case of someone snuck up on someone. All the fights were pretty straightforward.
Okay, well then, I would say to answer your question of how does Frieza not know that? I mean, I don't think. This is my speculation. This is not based on anything in Dragon Ball. Like, someone who is Emperor of the Universe, I don't think that they would ever have the want or the need to deal with a topic like that. And it's only just because he's interested in going into this planet and getting these Dragon Balls now that's become... Like, this is the first time he's come across a problem where that would be good to know. So there has been nothing else beforehand in his life where he's had to have known that,
Yeah.
Like, this is the first instance of him encountering... something where there are fighters out there who are much weaker, but they can hide their power level.
That's fair. I'll give you that one.
Mm-hmm.
I think this entire scene of him at the village really helps solidify Frieza as a villain.
Oh yeah, it's not
like,
even
he's
more.
He's just straight up evil. He's just evil.
It's done better in the Abridged too.
Fantastic in the Abridged. It's so good.
And so, funny Freezer man. He gets all their scouters are destroyed by the elder of that village. Who then watches one child be murdered, which is kind of based by Freezer's end. Hey, Trevor.
Yes?
You're a big fan of child murder, right?
I sure am.
1 through 10, this child murder.
What?
1 through 10, the child murder that we're talking about. You did read it, right?
Like the specific how the child was murdered?
Yeah, like 1 through 10.
I would say a solid 7.8.
Okay.
Really? On a scale of 1 being awesome and 10 being terrible? That's kind of a bad score, Trevor.
No. Like a logarithmic scale of 1 being awful and 10 being amazing.
Sorry, I'm not an accountant. I don't know what a logarithm is.
You don't have to be an accountant to understand basic maths. Gosh.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Anyways, getting back to it, I really enjoyed this part. I think it was really solid. Getting to see so this is where I think a lot of the part where like they don't have their scouters. I think this is where that part really got good. It was like, okay, now they're without their scouters. Now they're doing the cat and mouse, right?
Yeah, they have to. Where it's like whenever they show up to save Dende, it's like the Doria chase after them, and they're able to escape because the Doria, he might be named something else in the manga, the red guy, the guy with like spikes on his head.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Dende.
Yeah, I was so he's still alive, and Krillin and Gohan save him, or Gohan kind of.
He's so annoying.
I think he's a funky little guy.
He's very annoying.
I think he's a funky little guy.
Off the abridged too.
I'm not going off the abridged. I'm going off actual Dende. I think abridged Dende is really good.
Why do you think he's annoying, and Brandon, why do you think he's a funky little guy?
Because whenever he comes on screen, it goes do 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 do. Yeah, it's like a little funky little jig.
Yeah, I thought you read the manga.
Yeah, I did.
What are you talking about?
Screen?
How is he?
Dude,
how is he a funky little jig?
Yeah, he did.
We're on Goobers and Screens right now.
Yeah.
Look,
we're not on Goobers and Screens, Cade.
That's just simply not true.
We're on Rat's Nest.
Here's what I'll say.
But I bought this special shirt just for the occasion.
You can't
He's
see it.
wearing
He's wearing a shirt that says "I love dogs."
Dad. No, it
says "I love dogs." Yeah.
It's got like a 1-paragraph caption underneath it, like, "No, dude, I swear. Let me explain. I swear, I don't mean it."
Well, okay. Anyway, getting back to it. In defense of Dende, he was literally a young child who watched everyone around him just get brutally murdered and narrowly escape death because of 2 random strangers. I will give him a pass.
So did Gohan. Gohan's not annoying.
Gohan's based though.
We can touch on that in some parts.
Vegeta confronts Dodoria. We learn that Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta. Vegeta kills Dodoria like no problem. Vegeta barely misses Krillin and Gohan. Bulma tells him that Goku's coming. That's kind of based. Vegeta murders an entire village, so he's like actually evil. Like whoa!
I like
and
Vegeta's plan,
and they just never come back to life. And it's like okay, cool. He's now he's gonna steal Yamcha's girlfriend. So that's kind of based, I guess.
I like
kill
Vegeta's
aliens, acquire wife, have sex. What more do you need?
Kill wife.
Just leaned over.
I almost choked on my water. It was painful.
I'm sorry. Right, wife. What? Life good. Why fight back? Kill wife.
You were saying, Kyle. You were saying.
I think Vegeta's plan was pretty good, where he takes the Dragon Ball, he puts it in the water, just so that way, like, no one's gonna think to look down there naturally to find it, except for someone with a Dragon Ball radar.
So it's kind of based.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
When we get
hides it.
The Namekian kid is going to take them to the Great Elder, so that's cool. And then we see Goku again, and he gets a call from King Kai, and he's like, "Guess who's here?" And then my least favorite panel from the entire thing happened.
What?
Here, let me read my notes verbatim. I've read them to you already, Kyle. You'll probably remember it. So Cade and Trevor, here are my notes verbatim as I wrote them. Bullshit. Yamcha did not fucking get to Kai faster than Goku. Bullshit. Piccolo maybe. Tien I'm fine with because I like him, but Chaozu and Yamcha, no fucking way.
I'm telling you, you're overlooking the fact that Yamcha now would absolutely squash, like Saiyan our Goku like a bug.
He wouldn't. That's just not true.
Literally,
It's not true.
He literally would.
No.
I'm gonna take Kate's side on this one, just so we have 2 and 2 instead of 3 and 1. Also, I signed a contract.
But he's wrong.
All right, let's bring in a 5th opinion. Trevor, what do you think?
I'm gonna side with Kate on this one because I signed a contract.
That sucks.
But he's wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Yamcha.
I like Yamcha. I like Yamcha. I want nothing but the best for him. I'm happy that apparently in Super he gets some blue alien tail. You know, go off, King.
No,
apparently he plays for like the New York Yankees or something. Go off, King. Right? He did not get to Kai faster than Goku. He can't beat Goku though. He can't beat Goku though. But could he beat Goku?
But can he beat Goku though?
He can't beat Goku though. He can't beat Goku though. He can't beat Goku though. You don't see Yamcha going into women's bathrooms saying that hygiene transcends gender, right? That's Goku. That's Goku that does that. It's not Yamcha.
Yeah. Anyway,
you might not, but I do.
So true.
Yeah.
We get to see Goku's training with 50 Gs now of gravity. Woo, that's kind of base. Frieza makes King Kai want to kill himself. Apparently, we get to see Zarbon, who exists, I guess.
Zarbon.
He beats up Vegeta. He doesn't kill him, of course. That'd be too easy.
Okay. I have a quick question.
Yeah, of course.
Is Goku human?
Yes.
He is human.
Absolutely, 100%.
He's not from Earth.
100%.
Insane.
He's not. He's
from Earth.
He's not from Earth.
He's built different. He's just built different.
He's built different. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure like 50 Gs will kill you like instantly.
No, he's built different. Look, he trained. He's training.
He's built different. Okay.
He's training.
Yamcha can handle it pretty well.
He's a Saiyan.
Yamcha could not handle it. Yamcha could not handle it. He can't beat
Goku. Saying it's confirmed.
Goku.
It's confirmed. You cannot deny it anymore. Kyle just said Yamcha's a Saiyan.
No, I said Goku.
Super Yamcha's canon.
Is Yamcha going to be the legendary Super Saiyan?
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct Yamcha is confirmed. It is in the books, ladies and gentlemen.
Dragon Ball Super Superhero Yamcha edition. The entire movie, but both Piccolo and Gohan are Yamcha. There's just two Yamchas and no one ever acknowledges it.
I'm talking about Goku as being a Saiyan.
I love Goku. I love Goku so much.
Yeah, Yamcha's a human.
He would pound Yamcha.
Yamcha lost to a Cyberman. We don't talk about losing to Cyberman.
Yeah. Back to it. I don't care about Zarbon. He doesn't kill Vegeta.
Yeah.
Frieza is a little bit concerned about Goku. I can't remember exactly what panel tipped me off to that. I wrote that in my notes, so it's like, that's a little bit of foreshadowing. I don't know why, because Frieza killed all the Saiyans, and here's Goku, some country boy from Earth, and Frieza didn't even have to use his first transformation to kill all the Saiyans, the warrior race of the galaxy. But he's a little bit concerned about Goku, who might be the legendary Super Saiyan, only one every 1,000 years. That's crazy. What are the odds? What are the odds that would be Goku? What are the odds that would be Goku? Hey, Trevor, get in here.
100%.
100%? That's just not true because it's not Goku. It's obviously Gohan. That's my theory, anyways.
Which one of us took statistics? Okay.
Me?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I guess that does make your point stronger.
It sure does.
It does make it a little bit more valid.
Okay, so here we get to see Frieza says Super Saiyan. That's crazy. I love Super Saiyan. Krillin and Dende get to the Great Elder, and this is where funny. So in Dragon Ball, Master what's his name? The little cat man at the top of the tower. Korin gives Goku magic water. It says this will unleash all your hidden potential, young man. Get all your potential out of the way.
Immediately pisses himself because he didn't realize how high it was off the ground.
And now the Great Elder does the same for Krillin, and then Krillin proceeds to continues to do absolutely nothing throughout the arc.
Yeah.
He still doesn't have a nose though. Canonically, Krillin doesn't have a nose.
They would have gave it to Yamcha. We would have seen none of this super nonsense would have ever happened because Yamcha would have dealt with all that.
It would have done nothing. You know why? Because he can't beat Goku. Can't beat Goku.
Not yet, but he gets his potential unlocked. Ooh.
No.
Yamcha's
Can't beat Goku.
If
He can't beat
Krillin's
Goku.
potential getting unlocked does nothing, I assure you Yamcha's potential will do less than nothing.
We also get to see the
It'll
Great
make
Elder.
worse.
He gives Krillin a Dragon Ball. Krillin's going to get Gohan. Gohan finds the Dragon Ball Vegeta hid. Vegeta is captured by Frieza. And then he breaks out of capture by Frieza, steals his Dragon Balls, hides Frieza's Dragon Balls. And Vegeta finds Krillin because Krillin wasn't careful. He threatens Krillin, gets Krillin's Dragon Ball that he got from the Great Elder. And then Gohan manages to hide his Dragon Ball from Vegeta. And then Vegeta kills Zarbon. Oh no, I don't care. Goku is rating in 100 Gs now, or 100 times normal gravity. He almost kills himself like 6 times and uses Senzu beans to recover. Goku is now stronger than Saiyans are supposed to be, so maybe he's finally reaching the limit of his power.
Okay,
He's probably around like 1
these...
million power level now, so that's probably about the limit of where he'll go, I feel.
What are these Senzu beans you keep mentioning?
Okay, so
you eat one and you're just immediately healed. Doesn't matter what. You could be like a head, and if you eat a Senzu bean, you're good.
Okay, so it can't, it can't fix death. I don't think it can fix like diseases too.
Yeah,
if
Dragon Balls can fix death, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you're injured in a fight, like if you're bleeding out and slowly dying, like you're inches away from death and you eat one, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So, and also with Saiyans, Saiyans have this funny little thing called the Zenkai boost, where if they're beaten to
by name.
That's what I'm referring to it as. That's the common name that people will call it. Because it's an actual concept in Dragon Ball. It's just not the official name. But what the Zenkai boost is if a Saiyan is beaten in near death and healed, they grow exponentially stronger the closer they come to death and heal. And guess how many times Goku does that throughout the series?
I don't know, like once, maybe twice even.
About 5 times.
Maybe like 3 times.
About 5 times,
God,
I feel.
I wish the number was that low.
5 of them are against Yamcha, so about 5 times.
So in other words, Yamcha could be Goku.
Obviously.
Not even could, he literally does.
Yeah, Yamcha is the strongest character in the series, obviously.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So here we go. Gohan gets his powers enhanced, cool, whatever. That's the strongest he'll ever be, I suppose.
Potential unlock.
And him and Krillin team with Vegeta to make wishes before Frieza's Ginyu squad arrives. They make 2, and then the Great Elder. So they wish for Piccolo to be revived, and then for Piccolo to come.
No, hang on. That does not happen then.
Not yet.
No, that is like right before the Frieza fight. So what happens is, here's what happens.
The Ginyu squad cut them off.
Yeah, so what happens is, Vegeta's like, all right, finally, everything's coming together, everything's great. He's like, son of a bitch, I sense 5 great power levels heading towards Namek. It's the Ginyu Force. Ginyu Force shows up, restocks Frieza with Scouters, and Vegeta's plan is like, quick, we need to move the Dragon Balls like now, or else they're gonna find them. And I know we'll get into this in the next episode, but I love the Ginyu Force, and I cannot wait to talk about them.
And then Goku shows up.
No, that's later.
Goku shows up. I put that in my notes, so I'm reading it out. So.
Okay, cool.
Goku shows up. I love Goku.
He does show up.
Easily the second. Is easily the 3rd strongest character in the universe, right after the Blue Cat and Yamcha.
No, he's lower.
Anyways, if you're this far in the video, obviously there's something you like. So make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment telling us how correct we are. Check out
Goober's Screens.
Yeah, I was gonna say check out Goober's Screens book club. Currently going through. I don't know what we're going to be going through whenever this goes up. Potentially Hunter x Hunter, maybe Bleach. I don't know. I guess we'll just see whenever this episode goes up. Look forward to part 2 of the Namek saga coming out. Yeah, coming out. We'll see you all then. Bye-bye.
Bye.